Structuralism. Structuralism was a school of thought that sought to identify the component structure of mind. Mind was the key element to psychology at this point. Structuralists believed that the way we learned about the brain and its function was to break mind down into most basic elements. They believed the whole is equal to the sum of its parts. Major structuralist thinkers. Number 1. Wilhelm Wundt. He was a German philosopher. Wundt, who noted psychology as a science apart from biology and philosophy, was the first person to ever call himself a psychologist. He is widely regarded as the father of experimental psychology. In 1879, Wundt founded the first formal laboratory for the psychological research at the University of Leipzig. This marked psychology as an independent field of study. The school of psychology that Wundt began and championed all his life is referred as structuralism. For this reason, Wundt is often referred to as father of structuralism. Number 2. Edward B. Titchener. Titchener was a student of Wundt. He Americanized Wundt's experimental psychology, translated the principle of physiological psychology into English, developed structuralism based on the ideas and concepts of his teacher, defines psychology as the science of consciousness and the study of experiences. He and his teacher both tried to describe the structure of mind with the help of introspection method. Titchener was an influential figure in the formative years of psychology. As one of Wundt's students, Titchener is best remembered for establishment in the school of thought known as structuralism. Wundt emphasized the study of consciousness and its components. Consciousness, the normal state of being awake and able to understand what is happening around you. It represents a person's mind and thoughts. It is the totality in psychology of sensation, perception, ideas, attitude and feeling of which an individual or a group is aware at any given time or within a given time span. Your conscious experiences are constantly shifting and changing. Sensation. Sensation refers to sensing our environment through touch, taste, sight, sound and smell, the five senses. Sensation is something you feel. Perception. Perception is the way we interpret these sensations and therefore make sense of everything around us. Perception occurs when your brain gets involved and you assimilate what you sense into an experience. Perception is something you see. Sensation couldn't exist without perception, and perception couldn't exist without sensation. They are not the same things, but they are related. For example, you can feel a piece of paper and you can see it. Thoughts. Thought can refer to ideas and arrangement of ideas that result from thinking, the act of producing thoughts, or process of producing thoughts. Despite the fact that thought is a fundamental human activity familiar to everyone, there is no general concept arrangement as to what thought is or how it is created. Ideas. A thought or collection of thoughts that generate in mind. An idea is usually generated with intent but can also be created unintentionally. Ideas often form during brainstorming sessions or through discussions. Emotions. A mental state that arises spontaneously rather than through conscious effort and is accompanied by physiological changes. It is a conscious mental reaction as anger or fear, subjectively experienced as strong feeling, usually directed towards a specific object and typically accompanied by physiological change and behavioral changes in the body. Introspection method. Introspection is an examination of one's own conscious thoughts and feelings. In psychology, the process of introspection relies exclusively on observation of one's mental state, while in a spiritual context, it may refer to examination of one's soul. Introspection is closely related to human self-reflection and is contrasted with external observation. Through introspection experiments, Wundt began to catalog a large number of basic conscious elements which could hypothetically be combined to describe all human experiences. Conclusion. Structuralism is important because it is the first major school of thought in psychology. It helps in the approval of psychology as a separate science. Structuralism also influenced experimental psychology. It provides basis for the study of mind under its elements. It provides technique of using introspection method in education. It provides base for further study in psychology. Thank you.